Sent forth on a quest from TV land,
bringing truth and justice in his hand, delivering milk and hope to a world gone sour.
it's Milkman!
Tonight's episode, No Way Out.
Fugitive problem, Chief?
We've got him surrounded, but we're running out of time.
Henry, this is Milkman.
I'm innocent, I tell you! I was framed!
Henry, have you ever heard the expression, two wrongs don't make a right? Henry?
All right. I'm coming out.
How can I thank you, Milkman?
By reviewing Henry's case. Like milk, people can go bad, but I think Henry's grade A okay.
Milkman and Nick at Night, dedicated to better living through television.
Hey, what's up, guys? Have you seen my last video that I uploaded concerning the Fresh and Fit versus Malik Zulu Shabazz debate, so-called debate? I wouldn't call it a debate. I would call it more like a kerfuffle than a debate. But have you seen that video? I made the point that a lot of the old school cliches, rhetoric, and played out talking points will no longer work in the 21st century. You know, we live in a different day and time where we have more access to information than ever before. You know, of course, we have the internet, Google, YouTube, and a large variety of other websites like Wikipedia and many other sources of information that's free to the public. You know, I've always made a point that if anybody has a Android phone, an iPhone, whatever, you pretty much have the Encyclopedia Britannica in your hand. So any question that you have, you can just type it in the search engine. It'll give you at least a basic summary of what you're looking for. You know, don't get me wrong, you know, it's always good to like cross-reference with the books and other resources, but in this day and time, there's really no excuse for being ignorant of anything. And it's so weird that you have, like, of course, we know that baby boomers are totally lost, you know, but it's sad that we have a lot of old school Gen X people walking around still totally ignorant of certain things. You know, you still got people in their 30s and 40s who don't even know how to properly use the internet or the computer to find out certain things. So they're pretty much running on an old program of what they've heard, of what they've been taught since they were young. So that's why you have a lot of people walking around like repeating played out talking points that don't really have any basis in fact and reality. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty much going by what they've heard from somebody else, but they never took the initiative to do their own research, you know, to find out the truth. You know what I'm saying? But we'll come down to this the new age that we're entering in, you know, the 21st century. We're in early phases of the 21st century. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the next generation under us, like the young millennials and the young Gen Zs. You know what I'm saying? And I would say like the millennials are kind of lost because it's weird because you would think that millennials would have more wisdom, but millennials, the problem with millennials, they're very emotionally dysfunctional. They're very narcissistic, and you will think they'll have more sense and more wisdom compared to Gen X or especially the baby boomers. But I see like what comes down to millennials is that emotional insecurity that's really shackling them. And plus, they have this group mindset, group conformity. They don't want to step out of that. You know what I'm saying? But you still have hope in the young Gen Zs. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, they're pretty much brought up in the age of the internet. So they pretty much have more. They're more tough because they deal with the trolls, the internet trolls. They're used to criticism. They're used to debate. They're used to cracking jokes and stuff like that on the internet. With memes and stuff like that. So they pretty much have tough skin. So when it comes down to the young Gen Zs, we really got to look after them and make sure they're not corrupted by the emotional insecurities of the millennials. You know, but going back to the Fresh and Fit Lee Zulu Shabazz video that I posted uh, a few days ago. Now check this out. When you watch the video, the way that Myron reacted is the way that we have to react when somebody comes up to us and try to give us wisdom that doesn't work. Like old fashioned talking points, played out rhetoric, cliches that may have worked in the past but don't work because they've been proven to be false because of new data that has surfaced. And World Tomasi, he mentioned this a couple times in his videos. He's pretty much saying that like a lot of stuff that we've been taught that was moral, what I'm saying, like moral teaching and stuff like that. It doesn't really it will not apply. It doesn't apply anymore because either it's been debunked or we live in a new era where things are run differently. So if you try to live your life based on like old fashioned principles, old fashioned sayings, it's gonna fall flat. You're gonna fall flat on your face. What I'm saying, if you follow that advice, because not because they're wrong, it's because it's kind of like you try to fire a weapon in outer space. You can't do that because it's in a vacuum. It's like a totally different totally different environment. So it's like I said before, the vibe has changed in society, the frequency has changed, the atmosphere has changed. So a lot of things that used to work, even from a moralistic standpoint, doesn't work anymore. Especially the era that we're moving into right now. So the era that we're moving into right now, it's fact based, reality based. Because information is free. So if you present something that's emotional or something that doesn't isn't based and grounded in reality and fact, it's not gonna fly. It's not gonna win a debate. It's gonna crumble and fall. So you guys out there listening to this who still have, you all still hanging on to an ideology, still hanging on to a the 20th century worldview. It's not gonna either. You gotta adapt, or I would suggest just fall back. Don't do anything. Don't say anything, and let the young people take over. What I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. But like I said in the beginning, old school rhetoric, old school cliches, play that rhetoric, talk about unity and what I'm saying, love thy neighbor and all this kind of stuff. You think that automatically everything's gonna turn out okay. What I'm saying, or like work hard. Nothing wrong with working hard, but working hard does not automatically equate to being rich and wealthy. Because if you study rich and wealthy people, what I'm saying, they got rich with their mind, with strategy, with ingenuity. They got rich. What I'm saying, not lifting bricks or lifting rocks. They got rich, uh, you know, planning out stuff on the computer. What I'm saying, mathematical mindset. So that's how you gain wealth. Especially the era, with the computer era that we're moving into. We are already in the computer era, but when this metaverse with 3.0, and I would say like the next 5 years with virtual reality, it's gonna be a totally different world in the next 5 years. But I just want to get this rant out, just express my opinion. But if you have any comments or input, put it in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. If you want happy in the criticisms, I accept all criticisms, and don't be afraid to express yourself in the comments. And that's all I got to say. And peace.